Okay, hi. We are back to explain something else about how to do an exam really well. One thing we found as during the exams, the interviews, was that students will come in. They will come in and they are very nervous, of course, at the beginning. And then, of course, they warm up to the task. They also get a little help from the interlocutor. And they basically finish their exams. You know, they do their task 2, task 3. You know, there will be some problems. And then the exam finishes, usually on a positive note. Now, at the end, what we usually remember as assessors is how many breakdowns there were. In other words, were there a lot of problems? And were these problems because of genuine, real difficulties in the language skills? Or were these just accidents? The other thing we remember is how many highlights there were. What this means is were there a lot of very good words, very useful words, very strong vocabulary that the candidate used, as well as were there some other expressions? Did the candidate manage his or her fluency really well? Because of this, what really matters in the end, when we actually look at the overall result, is how well the candidate managed and avoided breakdowns. In other words, how the candidate was able to get around these or avoid these. So one very important thing is to avoid the breakdowns. So this is one very important thing. And the other, we said, what was essential is to maximize highlights. Use as many positives and as many points to convince the assessors as you can. So we'll move on from there. So now I'd like to go back to the posters we showed you last time. There were a couple of things we said you can use to minimize your breakdowns and to help your fluency as you speak. We're going to use this first poster to help your fluency. Let's go. Hello, Dorka.
Hi.
Are you okay?
Yes, I feel
Great. We are going to use the first poster. So remember, there are a few things you can do to help your fluency. Can you talk about whether we should keep pets? Should we keep pets?
Of course. So actually that's a topic that I thought about today because I was out in the park and I saw a lot of people with dogs, you know, and it just came to my mind how great it would to have a dog, let's say. But since I live in a very small flat, I don't think that would be a good option now. But yeah, so if I think about it, I would keep it as an option for later on, you know, so I would say that if I have a family, if I live in a house with a garden, I think that would be a good option, but I was always kind of a person who prefers dogs to cats or to smaller animals.
Right, this was really good. Time to move on to the second poster. Have a look at all the different tactics you can use to make your speaking better. Remember to use description. Remember to use questions. Remember to use fillers during speaking. Great. Now, let's talk about another topic. I'd now like you to use the second poster. So use questions, use fillers, and use description as much as you can. So the question is, we should plant a tree weekly.
Wow. Let me see. I'm not a big gardener personally, so I don't really have a lot of experience in this topic, but as an idea, I really like that, if you know what I mean. So I think that can be a big improvement, you know, to turn a bit to the nature instead of, let's say, sitting in front of the computer, but I don't think anyone should be forced to do something regularly. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Thanks very much. The last thing I'd like you to concentrate on is this last poster. This time you're not going to concentrate and focus so much on vocabulary because you can't pick up a lot of words in 1 minute, or comparison. But please go back to how to introduce an idea and how to restart and how to shift topic. So these phrases are going to help you with your fluency. Ishtar, can you tell us what you think about this statement? We should do sport for 4 hours every day. Do you agree?
Well, let me see. For doing sports for 4 hours, it's too long period, I think. If you are a professional in sports. You need 4 hours a day doing sports. On the one hand, it could be very useful, but on the other hand, you need more time for your family or for your work and for other activities. I think the sport is important for everyone because we stay a lot of time in one place, sitting or standing somewhere, and to refresh your body and refresh your brain, you need some activities, doing some activities. For this reason, it's very important doing something like the most simple thing is running, and you can go outside, and it's another very important thing to be outside, because in the main time or the most of the time you spend your time in a bureau or between 4 walls, and because of it you can't watch outside from yourself. And if you are outside, you have the opportunity to look around and feel the space around you.
That's lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Please visit our Facebook page and subscribe to more YouTube videos in the future.